Hello, and welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos, D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. Uh, do we have any plugs out as the usual of the Patreon and the Redbubble?
Thanks for listening to this point, everyone.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It means so much to us.
I actually had a super quick plug. Now that we're sort of getting towards the end of this, I wanted to give a huge shout out to the best DM ever, Darby. You've given us an incredible story. I know I joined on as a guest character, but you've invited me into this world that you've created, and I know that I speak for everyone when I say thank you so much. We're having an absolute blast.
I should delete that section where I say Caius is immediately eviscerated, shouldn't I?
If you could, that'd be great.
Thank you, Darby.
Yeah.
Thank you very
So,
much.
yeah,
Thank you, Darby.
this is the culmination of the everything that was planned out at the start of the campaign, basically, because this was essentially when discussing with Laura, like the idea behind Bertie's patron is like, oh, it's just this huge elder evil, and then me thinking upon that like Bertie has no idea of the nature of, and so just thinking like, where does that fall in, and coming up with the story that you've heard unfold and eventually leading to this.
You're welcome, everyone.
There is likely another chapter in the story of these fine characters we've been working with, but this is the culmination of the past 2 years, which actually lines up with our anniversary, our second year anniversary of broadcasting.
The anniversary time.
Yeah. And I'm sure there'll be some announcements we can make when we as people are actually closer to the date. But so all I can say is check the YouTube channel and the social media for those announcements. But for now, let's jump into the second half of the battle against Zsorthrum Tathara. So, where we last left off, the party fought against the dark shadow entity known as Zsorthrum Tathara, which had taken a humanoid form that Bertie, Newman, and Anya, and possibly Rook had seen in Wild Shade as it emerged onto the material plane. The party were able to destroy this form, with Bertie dealing the final blow with a maximized guiding bolt, thanks to a potion from Tanip.
Thanks, Tanip.
His old assistant. Blasting Zsorthrum Tathara's form into 1,000,000 pieces, until it reconstituted in this more monstrous, almost slug-like, shadowy form. And that's where we pick back up at the start of Zsorthrum Tathara's turn. So as an explosion rings out as the form goes to... can I get everyone to roll me a dexterity saving throw? Now, I need to roll them for 3 characters. This is not against the spell, for reference.
A dex save, you say?
Yes.
That's a natural 20 and makes it a 29 for Ross.
Alright, you make your save.
If I was still within 5 feet, then I got a dirty 20.
Yeah, that just saves. Do you have some sort of evasion where you take no damage if you're successful, or? No. Okay. Birdie?
13.
13. That is a failure, so that will be full damage. Anya?
Anya got a dirty 20 and she does have evasion.
Okay, so you will take no damage. Newman?
Got 21 and also has evasion.
Okay, so no damage. Caius, did you say yours?
14.
14, so that is a failure. So Birdie and Caius take full damage.
Besties.
All the NPCs, I just need to double check Braxton's. All the NPCs here take full damage. Rook and Ross take half damage. Now, anyone taking damage, can I get you to roll a d10?
Okay.
8?
2.
Okay, so this blast of planar energy sweeps you collectively off your feet, though you don't actually fall prone. So Birdie and Rook, the damage you're about to take is cold. So Birdie, you actually take half.
Yes!
Ross,
Cool.
what was your number?
I also take half because of my flame spell.
Yeah,
That's true, you're on fire.
yeah. Ross, what was your number again? You are muted.
8?
8. So you take psychic damage.
Oh, good. Something I'm not resistant to.
Caius,
I got a 10.
you take thunder damage.
Oh, cool.
So the damage will be... Oh, I rolled 2 10s in this. 28. So 33 points of this damage.
Ow.
So...
And I'm halved because I saved. Rook
yes.
is double
Like
halved
water?
because she saved
Water,
and then
yeah.
also has that. And then Birdie
Yeah.
takes half because of cold, and Anya and Newman take nothing.
Plus 30.
Yeah.
Right, so what's half of the number you said?
It would be 16.
Cool.
8.
Can you confirm with me what your
Me?
yeah, what your
I am currently on 64 out of 115 HP.
Okay. All right. So Rook, you took 8. Did you not? Caius, remind me how much you took. So you took the full.
I took 33.
Yeah.
I took the full amount because I am in full armor and don't know how to duck.
Yeah. And Birdie, you took the full armor, the full
Nope.
damage.
Half.
I took half.
Because
damage.
cold. Yes.
But I assume, do we get knocked prone?
No, that was
Okay, cool.
just flavor.
So we just kind of just get blasted back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, now it's action, which it is going to, again, only really has one choice, which is the same thing it's done every round on its turn, which is enervating focus. So Rook, you are the only valid target.
Okay.
That is 21 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, so you take... you are going to need to make that strength or dexterity save again.
Oh, yep.
Don't say if it works, Darby.
Okay.
Once Rob tells you.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a 29.
No, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
Well,
You do take 26 points of necrotic damage, though. Alright. That is Zsorthrum Thara's go. Next is Grace. Grace is... she's just gonna use a high-level magic missile. Oh. So that will be... So I'll roll the 1d4, and she's using it at 5th level, so... 7, I believe. That is a 1. So 2, so 14 damage to Zsorthrum Thara. But it is force damage, so it is not resistant to that at all. Okay. Okay. Bertie, it is your go.
Okay, so Birdie's just been kind of like, so staggers back a little bit when he got blasted by that. Cool, and he's going to look around and so he's next to Caius and Ross is there as well, I believe. We're in
Yeah.
the same like vicinity.
Yes.
Cool. This is like, okay, well we were right. This next phase. Okay, I don't have much more I can do. I'm gonna try and recharge some stuff. Please stay safe, both of you. And then he's going to, again, he's still holding the sword. He's gonna then grab, because he's kind of like popped it back on his back, grab the staff and replenish another spell slot.
Yep.
With that.
Alright.
And then he's gonna also say, if you guys aren't gonna go in, let's move back. And then he's going to again prepare to move. He'll prepare to move when Caius does.
Okay. Alright. You can't hold...
That's right, it was an action.
move-
I forgot.
yeah.
Cool. So he'll just say that, but
Yeah.
then, yeah.
Alright, so Sybil is going to do the same thing as Grace, because she hasn't got much that she can do as an enchanter. And most of her spells are prepared towards, more humanoid targets. So, magic missile at top level. So that's slightly better. So 3 by 7 is 21 points of damage. Okay. Next is... yeah, okay. Rook, you feel a glass vial shatter against your shoulder.
okay.
As Anya, you see a familiar or two familiar figures actually step up beside you.
Tanu!
And yes, Tanip and Cigar step into the fray, and Rook, you grow to twice your size.
Amazing.
Rook's just like, nice one, Tanip! Yes.
Yeah. Alright. That is...
Hang on. Does Tanip still have that horn that Rook gave them?
Yes.
Silent alarm.
Yeah, could they have blown that on the way down? That would have been...
Yeah, probably.
Yes!
Yeah.
That is great, because I was
Yeah.
like, alright, so you just blow this if you ever have that potion, you've got
Yeah.
the potion.
Then...
Incredible.
Then Cigar's go. He is going to cast... actually, since he's right there... no. He is going to cast... actually, that he is within range for that now that Rook's big. he is going to throw a vial of his own at you, Rook, and cast haste.
Oh.
So, you, until the spell ends, your speed is doubled, you gain a +2 bonus to AC, and you have advantage on dex saves. And you gain an additional action on each of your turns, which can be used to take one attack, the dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. So, this huge, horrifying, gargantuan creature of rage has just reappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, it really does look gross, huh? Looks like a boat made of spines.
Additionally, a gnome and a dragonborn you do not recognize have shown up.
I've seen them before at the convocation.
Ah, yes, that's right. You did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I spoke to Tana. I said it was lovely to meet her.
Yes.
Well, Ross is going to... Birdie didn't look like he was gonna... Birdie didn't look like he was going to move, but I believe he said we should start moving. So she is going to... She's gonna keep a hand on his shoulder. No, she can't because he can't move with her. She's gonna move back 10 feet.
Yeah.
And turn around and be like, how far out of range can we get before your spells stop working like mine do? And then... Is this spell in range? Okay, no it's not. Okay. And I guess just from this distance, she will once again hold up her hand and belt a high C and resonant frequency.
All right.
Awesome, Cesara.
Yeah.
It's another con 21.
That is a natural 20, unfortunately.
Fuck. Alright, then she just sings a really high note.
Okay.
And then is like, fuck.
And I guess in response to Ross's, Brady will be like, I can move pretty good, and but I've got a pretty good range, so it'll be okay, but there's not much more I can do, not like you.
Okay.
And I'll also really quickly check Darby. I forgot to do it on my last turn.
Yeah.
Activating the wings on my armor is a bonus action.
Yes.
Would I be allowed to retroactively say I've done
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. He's just done that. He just pulls a little cord, and that's what happened before. But
Okay.
yeah. So they're there, but like he's not looking like he's gonna move or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, then I guess as Ross's bonus action, she's going to say, I believe in you, regardless. Inspiration again.
All right. All right. Newman, it is your go.
Is Anya close to Newman?
No.
Very
Newman,
much not.
Newman being
Opposite side of the battlefield.
Newman.
Yeah, I can't see with this angle is all. I do need to use both my action and bonus action.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or you have. Do you still have feline
I do.
agility?
I do have feline agility, and I do also have Cape of the Mountebank as well.
There's that as well.
But I feel like it's better to give it to Anya. But instead, he shall give it to Caius. He goes up to Caius, and he will bring out a potion. It is a potion of heroism. He's going to go and say, This will help you. Do you have any intention of going into battle, or are you going to stay back here?
Can I respond?
Yeah, you can.
Or do I wait until my turn?
You can make a quick response.
Okay. Well, quick response. Oh yes.
Okay. Newman will use his bonus action to feed Caius the potion.
It is an action to
It
feed
is an
someone
action.
else a potion.
Oh, well, that's poopy. He'll do that anyways.
Okay.
So he's going to give you that potion. So that puts you under the effect of bless. So it doesn't do too much, but I feel like it would be very useful. It's basically the equivalent of getting a plus. You add a D4 to hit and to save on every roll, I believe.
Okay.
And so that lasts for a minute, I believe. I will just triple check. And then Newman is going to, with his bonus action, what can he do? Not too much. He is just going to take the dodge action, just for now, and he's going to stay with the others, because he knows that Caius intends to go out.
Okay. Alright. Rook, it is your go. You do notice that in this more dense but larger form, that the annihilating aura is no longer a factor.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, so Rook is going to just like, oh no, okay, I'll try this. And she's going to stretch out her hand and try to cast Fireball on Zsorthrum.
Alright.
Which I should be able to do without hitting anyone else, I believe.
Yeah.
I can do it around myself, so.
Yeah. Alright. So, it... yeah, fails its dex save.
Oh my gosh!
So,
Fantastic.
8d6 of fire damage. It is halved because it does have the resistance to fire.
That's true, yeah.
But, so 30 do I see?
30, should I reroll that? I might reroll.
Oh, yeah, you have the... So, you
Savage Attacker.
no, but you do have reroll ones. So Savage Attacker is not your spell damage. It's
not spell. Oh, my bad then, sorry. So it'll be 15 damage.
Yeah.
Do I get my extra damage?
I believe it specifically has to be weapons to be extra damage.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, so then she will try to skirt around.
Yeah.
So she's been in between them and the others, and then she's going to go into a rage as a bonus action.
Alright. You still have an action because of... you still have an action that you can use to make one attack because you're hasted.
Oh, okay.
You can't do two attacks with this attack action because of the nature of haste. But yeah.
Alright, then in that case she's going to, once raging, attack with her axe. That's a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
Fantastic. So damage wise, so that's 9 plus 3, 12 plus a d4 from being large.
Yep.
So that's 15 slashing damage.
15
and
slashing.
Then fire, it will be 10, 15, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26. So 13 fire damage it would go down to.
Nice.
And that's her turn.
Okay. Next is Anya.
Anya, when she realizes that Tanib is there, she sort of has this sort of look of surprise, but a happy surprise. And she sort of calls over, "Hi, Tanib, glad you could join us." And then she turns and she's gonna try and shoot with a wild bow. Okay.
All right.
Oh no! Oh no! It looked like it was gonna be a nat 20. True. That's disappointing.
Yeah, that.
So.
Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, that will miss. Unfortunately.
I'm gonna cry.
All right. All right. Any bonus action or the like?
No, she just swears. Yeah.
Okay, so Braxton still has 2 motes surrounding his head. He's going to send off one more at Zsorthrum Thara. That is 23, so that will hit. So that is 4d12 radiant. That is fairly average, I think. 17, 18, 19, 20 points of radiant damage. So 40 damage all up, because it is radiant. As the 6th of these star motes just slams into Zsorthrum Thara between the eyes. Caius, it is your go.
Caius feels excited by the potion. He looks at his crossbow. And he's going to look over at Rook. And then he's going to drop the crossbow, cast Levitate on himself, and then activate the musical brooch that immediately starts playing Rite of the Valkyries.
Okay. And are you drawing Cindernoct?
I am indeed drawing Cindernoct, and that is the entirety of my turn.
Alright. It is Zsorthrum Thara's turn. So it is going to... only thing it can really do on its turn is Enervating Focus. So it is going to attack you, Rook. That is a 20... where is it?
Oh, yeah, my AC is now 20.
27.
Yeah!
Yeah. So you 48 plus 6. So roll me the dexterity or strength saving throw at advantage, because you have 2 things that give you advantage on either of those.
That's true. So that's a 22.
22. So you are successful on the save. You are not grappled. You do take 24 points of necrotic damage, though.
Okay. I'll use my reaction to lower that by 7.
Okay. So that is okay. All right. So next is Grace. Again, she's just gonna simple magic missile. She's down to 4th level slot, so that is 6 by 2, because I rolled a 1 again. So 12 force damage. Alright. Next is Bertie.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So Bertie, I guess, watches Caius click on his little brooch. He's like, go time?
Can I turn around and with the most agreeable grin Caius has ever given, just nod?
That's a reaction, surely.
Alright.
Okay, cool. Alright, take my hand. And he'll grab Caius' hand, but he is going to use his bonus action to activate Otherworldly Guise.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, that kind of like divine energy sort of like pulses through Bertie. His pupils go to that glowing energy instead of the regular color. The arcane like wings spread out. Now just a moment. Sorry, I'm just gonna double check because he has a couple of resistances I have to choose now. I'll be. This is kind of cool. Yeah. So I'll be selecting upper plane Starby, so that means I'm immune to radiant and necrotic damage.
Yeah. Immune.
Yeah.
Oh, that is big.
Yeah. And I guess because I'm upper plane, I'm also immune to charmed. But
Yeah.
Because Zsorthrum Tathara is very charming, so it could be a problem. I think that's all I have to declare for that one. But like, yeah. And then what he's going to do is, he's going to once that all happens at that moment, he's going to grab Caius' hand and we're just going to fly up.
All right.
So up as high as we can.
All right.
Not forward, just because I think we're still within good range of Zsorthrum Tathara, but just as high as we can, so 40 feet.
Yep.
And this is technically another bonus action, so I don't know if that's allowed. I wanted to soup up the sword that Bertie got from Grace. Is that allowed in this context? I know that sometimes that's not.
Yeah, not, unfortunately.
That's alright, that's fine.
There'll be other bonus actions.
That's alright, yeah. So instead, cool, so we fly up as high as we can. It's like, okay, we can do this. This will be good. And that's the end of his turn.
Alright.
High up.
Yeah, Sybil is gonna magic missile. That's better. So that's 4 by 6, so 24. Then Tanip. Tanip is going to. What has she got that isn't a concentration spell? Actually, yeah, that's something she'll do. How many targets is that? 6. So she is going to cast Mass Healing Word at. I believe everyone's within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so she's gonna cast Mass Healing Word at everyone who looks, the whole party. So that is gonna be 3d4 plus 5. So, not great, not terrible, but not great. So, everyone regains 11 hit points. Okay, and that is her go. As her main focus is keeping this enlarge up. Then Scar is going to that's concentration. He will stick to actually no, he's gonna protect himself. He's gonna cast Sanctuary. That's a bonus action, so he's going to cast Sanctuary and cast Firebolt, which is 4d10 because he is a 19th level character, effectively. 19th level caster. So that is 15 points of fire, halved. So, 7. Okay, back to Ross.
Okay, so the 2 people she's meant to be protecting right now just flew away. So she was like standing there with like 10 feet away waiting for the 2 of them to run back with her, and then they went upwards and she just went, okay. I would like to ask the DM, is Anya within 60 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay. So Ross is going to watch the 2 of them do that. As her bonus action, she is going to cast Healing Word on Anya at a 2nd level.
I would recommend not doing that.
She
just got healed. She's on full.
Oh, she's on full? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well then instead, because this is the same distance, she's going to look over at Anya. She was going to heal her, sees her get healed when Ross feels herself getting healed. And she's instead just going to...
For flavor, if it helps, Anya looks really frustrated and she's kind of shaking a little bit with anger at like herself. It isn't directed at anyone, but she just looks really frustrated.
Ross would like to get 20 feet closer to Anya while still trying to skirt. As much as she knows the aura isn't there, she wants to keep distance.
Yeah.
And she's not going to use the earrings. She's instead going to go, Bertie and Caius have gone airborne. I think they have a plan. Be careful. And that is also inspiration to Anya.
All right.
That's her bonus action.
Yeah.
And her movement. And I guess, how far am I from Zsorthrum to Thara?
About 30 feet.
I will regret this. I would like to use Vicious Mockery on Zsorthrum to Thara.
Okay. What kind of save is this?
That is a Wisdom 21, please.
Alright.
What will you say?
That is cocked.
I will drop all my dice is what I will do. She is going to look at Zsorthrum to Thara, and she's going to try and look them dead in the eyes. And for anyone watching, Ross's eyes, which are, they're yellow with red irises, and she doesn't have pupils. When she looks at Zsorthrum to Thara, the yellow in her eyes cracks and swirls out, and her eyes go completely red. Flat, complete red. And she just looks at them and in Infernal says, "You're losing, buddy? How does that make you feel?"
Oh.
Did they save?
No.
Then they take a whopping 6 points of psychic damage.
Did you roll really poorly on that, or?
Yeah, it's 3d4.
Yeah. Okay.
I rolled a 3, a 2, and a 1.
Okay. Yeah.
Vicious Mockery doesn't do a lot at high levels.
There's a secondary effect to it, though, isn't there?
Yes, no, there is, that I always forget.
Disadvantage on what, sorry?
On its next attack roll.
Okay. Alright. And it is Newman's turn.
Alright. So, Newman is going... Sorry, excuse me. Newman is going to... I think he wants to get closer to Ross.
Okay.
Simply because... he doesn't... He knows that Caius doing what he's doing is like pushing tactics.
Yeah.
Like the plan otherwise, so he wants to at least fill the shoes if he can. And just be present. And he will use his Wand of Magic Missiles.
Alright.
So he's going to use that with 6 charges. As usual, saving 1 so he doesn't risk losing it.
So that is 8 missiles.
I believe 8 missiles, which is 1d4 plus 1, I believe.
Yes.
So is that plus 1 for each missile?
Yes.
Okay, so 23 plus 8. So 31,
31.
I believe. 31 damage.
Alright. That's all?
Bonus action, dodge.
Okay. Rook, it is your go.
Okay, so I'm going to try to swing my axe at it now that I'm kind of protecting the others.
Okay.
A question, like, what's the scale of this thing? Would I just be hacking at his ankles, or can I, like, reach anything else with it?
You're probably at with your height right now. You're probably at around about its chin.
Oh, so it's not super big. Okay.
It's not really taller than it was before, but it still takes up a lot
That's
more
fair, yeah.
vertical space, horizontal space, and a lot more depth.
I'm gonna do my strategy that always works well in the Curse of Strahd campaign and aim for its crotch.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 23 to hit.
23 will certainly hit.
Fantastic. So 2 plus 7 plus 3, so 10 plus a d4 is 12 slashing damage.
All right. And
And
how much fire?
The damage is 10 plus d2 plus 7, 38, 42.
42, so
20.
21.
21 damage.
All right.
Fantastic.
At the end of your turn, Zsorthrum Thara is going to
Still got some moves.
use a legend. You still got. Yeah, you've only attacked once.
Yeah, I've got 2 more attacks actually.
Yeah, it will use its
Oh.
legendary action at the end of your turn, but yeah.
Okay. Well, that one was a 15 to hit.
Yeah. Okay, 15 will miss.
Alright, and my final one, using haste. Okay, dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20, that will hit.
Excellent. So, I keep rolling. Oh, I'm gonna use Savage Attack to reroll.
Alright.
So, 14, 15, 17 slashing plus
So 17 slashing, was it?
29, 20, 21 slashing.
Oh. Gotcha.
And my fire damage is 10, 18, 28, 35, 38.
38.
Really well.
So half to
38
19.
halved. Yeah, 19 fire
Alright.
damage.
It is shaky.
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, at the end of your turn, it is going to use its legendary action to surround you in this shadowy energy. Can I get you to roll me a charisma saving throw?
Okay.
Newman will use his what is it? The +7
Reaction?
flash of genius.
Yeah.
I get a +7 to it.
Yeah.
That's 24.
24. Oh, that is lucky because that would have failed without the flash of genius.
Ooh, I was going to use Ross's bardic inspiration otherwise.
As you feel yourself, it's almost as if you're being ripped from reality and just like, just staying there in your rage,
Oh.
with a little help from like a word from Newman.
Yeah,
Alright.
from a moment, fear takes over her, but then she's back in it.
Yeah. All right. Anya, it's your go.
Okay. So Anya, as soon as Birdie and Caius leave the ground, she gasps, and it's like she hadn't been breathing before then, but now her breathing is really ragged, and she looks a little bit disoriented at first, but then she can sort of hear the flapping of the wings, and she's still really nervous about it, but she, because she can at least hear the wings, she's like, okay, getting her bearings and can sort of figure out where they are, but not nearly as well as when they were on the ground.
And there's almost a weird, like, angelic beacon kind of energy radiating off of where Birdie is, as he's in this otherworldly guise.
Yeah, well, she can feel that sort of magic, and it does reassure her a fair bit, but she still looks a little bit shaken by it. And so when Ross calls out to her, she can kind of hear Ross talking to her, but kind of just has blood rushing through her ears. So she knows, she feels that sort of assurance that there's a plan and that it's going to plan, but she's almost losing her focus a little bit. And she's really angry, like really angry, and her hands start to crackle with the same sort of magic that you'd see when she was casting any of her warlock spells. And when she picks up on that, she screams out in anger, and she reaches to her belt and she pulls out the rod of Asmodeus, and she's like, "No! I can do this! I can do this without you!" And she throws it away from her as far as she can, and she's going to attempt once again to hit with her wild bow.
All right, roll to hit.
Does a 21 hit?
It does.
Fuck. I didn't want to deal with Anya, like, if that hadn't worked.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
Is Rook still within 5 feet, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 15 piercing damage.
Yeah.
Oh god, what's happened? Sorry, Beyond just decided to yeet my character sheet out of existence.
Okay.
Which is fun. But I know there's 2d10 radiant, so I'll just roll that. Oh no, hold on. She will also release a second arrow.
Yeah.
So it's alright, it's come back. So that 15 was for the first one.
Yeah.
And then 7 for the second one.
Yep.
And we'll do 4d10. That's 20 points of radiant damage, doubled to 40. And we'll do her sneak attack.
Okay.
And that's 26 points of sneak attack damage.
All right.
She lets out a shaky breath and tries to control her breathing, where it has just been all over the shop.
Yeah. All right. Braxton is going to use his last moat. Roll to hit. That's going to be enough. Where is the other D12? Where is it? There. So that is 27, so 54 points of radiant damage. And he's going to look up to Bertie and say, "That seems like a good idea, Bertolt," and use his bonus action to sprout out these angelic wings and cast Otherworldly Guise himself. Alright. And that is his turn. Caius, it is your go.
Just quickly, does Braxton leave the ground?
Yes.
Anya looks just a fraction more stressed.
And there is that that kind of beacon of like holy aura that you can kind of keep track of him via. So Caius, your go.
So currently Caius is at the mercy of his pilot in command. So essentially what he is waiting for is Bertie to potentially enter a dive, in which case he's going to drop levitate on himself and go to attack the creature.
All right.
Is that something that I'm holding like a turn
That's
for?
dropping levitate would be free because it is.
Okay.
It's just dropping concentration.
Okay. So I'm just holding an action then.
But yeah, so you're holding the attack action for if you are. Yeah.
If I am yeeted in vague direction
Yeah.
of Big Bad Slugman.
Yeah. Yeah. If Zsorthrum Tathara comes within a blade's reach of you, you will attack.
Yeah.
All right. It is Zsorthrum Tathara's go. And it is going to. Yeah, and evading focus again. It does have disadvantage because of the vicious mockery. I believe still the only creature in range is Rook. That one is cocked. The lower is a dirty 20. Does that hit you while hasted? While hasted? Okay. So that will be 48 plus so 22 points of necrotic damage.
And then I have to do a save as well?
Yes.
Okay.
With advantage.
Yeah.
It is dexterity or strength.
27.
27, that is a success. That is handily a success. Okay. Alright. Grace, another magic missile. I believe this is a 4th level slot. Oh, okay, so 5 by 6 is 30 points of force damage. Alright. Okay. Next is you see most of you see one of you simply hears the footfall and running resplendent colorful sight of the bubbly gnomish necromancer Athena Lim.
Hey, there she is.
As she rushes up and casts what would she cast? What would she cast? Yes, so she is going to cast a she's gonna cast a she's gonna see the state that Rook's in and cast a heal. So Rook, you regain 70 hit points.
70?
Yes.
Whoa, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm doing well now.
Yeah. Alright. Bertie, it is your go. Zsorthrum Tathara is looking really shaky.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so, awesome. So what Bertie is gonna do is, they are above Zsorthrum Tathara.
Yeah.
Bertie is going to, so in that moment, he's going to quickly go, "Hey, do you want me to throw or to drop you?"
Oh, well, if you're going down there, just bring me down and let me go as a halfway.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll be down to meet you at the same time, hopefully. Just
Got
remember,
this.
just remember, be careful. Remember, I can't have my after without you in it. And then Betty is going to bonus action, use some energy to charge magic into the Blade of Arcane Potential.
Yeah.
And then
what damage type are you putting in? I'm
radiant.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Because I can deal radiant damage.
Yeah.
And then Bertie is going to we're gonna dive bomb. And yeah, so that will activate Caius's move first, I presume.
Just both of you roll at the same time at advantage. I'm gonna say for just how cool this image is. As the two of you dive bomb swords first towards Zsorthrum Tathara.
Okay. Oh boy. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
What did each of you roll?
So I rolled a 19 plus 7, so a 26
That
to hit.
certainly hits. And Caius?
I got a 32 to hit.
What was the dice roll?
I got an 18.
Oh, one off. Okay, so both of you roll damage. Both of you roll damage.
And no.
You can smite if you want. You've got a few spell slots.
Darby, I would like to smite, please.
Yeah.
So Darby, just checking. So with I have powered up the blade.
Yes.
It gives a D8 plus spell per spell level. So it's a 5th level spell.
Yeah, so it is 5d8.
5d8 plus 3. Cool.
Awesome. Plus the 1d10 of the sword itself.
Awesome. All right, I'll calculate that. I also just remembered I didn't roll for my unstable arcanum for the otherworldly guys. So
Of
that
course.
Real quick.
Yes.
That was a 9.
Okay, so 5.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. All right, I will calculate this.
Yeah. So the blade damage, the d10 plus, I think it's about 10 plus 10, is regular, so it doesn't get doubled. But the 5d8 does.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So the 5d8 gets doubled.
Yeah, because
radiant damage,
because it's radiant damage.
Sorry, my brain.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it was d10. Cool. So hang on. Plus 2. So that was 6, so 8 plus. My apologies, everyone. And okay. 4.
So the two of you
8.
are falling through the sky with your blades in hand, Caius with his shield in the other, as both swords glow with radiant light.
Cool. So the radiant damage I have, I rolled quite well. So it's 34 in total for the radiant damage.
So that is doubled to 68.
Oh, I thought it was one more.
Well, it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been.
Yeah.
Because it has to be even.
The D10 is an 8 plus 2. So yeah. Cool. So yeah, 68 plus.
I don't think Caius is capable of
80,
having
80
rolled.
damage altogether.
I don't think Caius is capable of having rolled less than the difference. So
Rolled 78.
Yeah. So the two of you, please tell me how you land into Zsorthrum Tathara and destroy its form.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay. I don't know, Mitch. Well, Caius would have hit it slightly first, so we'll workshop off that.
Okay. In that case, Caius, with the aid of his true friend Bertie, he's released with Ride of the Valkyries playing in the background as he zooms down towards this giant bringer of death. He's going to land with his sword sort of just underneath the face and sort of drag it down as Caius, I'm assuming, then falls into the earth. And as that sword sort of brings the head down, the back of the neck is
Cool,
exposed.
excellent.
Yeah.
And so, in fast succession, Bertie will then follow that on, trying to basically do the same maneuver, although he's only had 4 days of training from Caius, but he does that and it like kind of burns with that radiant energy as he then falls down and then plops down next to Caius.
Yeah. All right. Now, quick, slightly inconsequential note. Caius, you do take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground. But yeah, as your 2 blades emanating radiant light hit into Zsorthrum's Thara, it just disperses. And the clouds start to part, slowly at first, but within moments, they are gone entirely.
We did it!
We did! We did! And he's gonna, like, Bertie will jump up and hug Caius.
Caius will hug Bertie back.
The little swing around hug thing.
We are covered in just filth.
Goo from an eldritch god. And then while that's the little swing is happening, Buddy will tap his ear and be like, I think it's gone, everyone!
Thank God. Now I can finally add fixing our mistakes on my resume. This has taken us how long?
Ross starts crying and laughing, and she grabs Newman and runs straight to Anya and says, I don't care about what's going on, I'm hugging both of you. And then she's going to grab both of them and hug them.
Anya's unresponsive.
That's fair.
Not specifically to Ross, but she's just like, lights are on, no one is home. It's like she's in shock. And pretty much as soon as like you pull away from her, her legs give out.
Oh, I got you, it's okay.
Darby.
Yes.
Does Anya feel different?
Yeah. So we may have to discuss the extent to which she feels different, but at the very minimum, she is no longer attuned to the ruby rod.
She looks over. Well, she doesn't look actually. She thinks for a second, like a thought makes it through the casing of nothing that she is feeling right now, and she in like a very quiet, timid voice, she's like to Ross, she's like, in the dirt over to my left is the rod. Is it still there?
Is it?
No.
No. It's gone.
She starts to sob. Like she is wrecked with sobs. And she kind of collapses a little bit onto both Ross and Newman. I think mostly Ross, just because Ross was the one who sort of initiated all the hugging, and she is just like shaking, crying.
Ross just looks at Newman and looks around. Is Rook still big?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you feel a very large hand go on your shoulder.
Yeah. So how long is enlarge reduce? It is up to a minute. So it's probably it is probably ending around now. So you shrink down.
Very large hand which slowly shrinks, which is very good.
You also find yourself stunned for about 6 seconds as haste wears off.
In that 6 seconds, Ross is gonna turn and go, Bertie, Caius, come here.
Yeah, Caius.
Do either of you even listen?
Yeah, Caius is gonna run over.
With Bertie?
He's holding Birdie's hand.
Yes, we are both running over.
Ross pulls them into the group hug. We are all in the group hug now, and she's also kneeling on the dirt with Anya, so...
Newman calls out to Tanip as well.
Also,
Does-
Bertie's like
does-
crying, but he's very happy.
Yeah.
Does Tanip come over?
Yeah, she comes over, and like now that you're a bit close to like now that you're actually within kind of more talking range, you notice that like she's still wearing the same like kind of blue leather duster kind of thing that she was wearing before. It's like it's her protection from like her alchemical admixtures and all that. But underneath it is this vibrant, deep blue breastplate, and she's wearing these armored boots. And you see there is where once was her her heavy crossbow. You see just one to the side and just a bandolier of various potions and vials.
When Bertie and Caius approach and they get pulled into the group hug, Anya, she reaches up and she takes Bertie's free hand, and she kind of leans closer to him and she's like, we are both free, Bertie. I'm so happy for you, my friend.
You're free of Asmodeus too? Oh, that's right.
I think so.
That was the task. I'm really happy for you too. Maybe things will be good now. I'm actually happy. It's good. I think things will be better from now on. Maybe. I can't feel it anymore. My patron. I assume he can't, Darby. Please tell me.
Yeah, you cannot feel.
The wind starts whistling again.
He's standing behind you.
God damn it. And he does like he like takes his other hand up to like because like Anya's gone, and he like squeezes her hand. And he squeezes Caius' hand as well. But yeah, like a death grip, I think, in that regard. But yeah, he's very happy.
I'm so glad that we could protect you, Bertie, and to be honest, I don't know how much we needed to. You took care of all of them yourself. But we're all done now. We did it.
Yeah. It feels like it. Is everyone okay? You all hurt? Does anyone need any healing?
Caius is covered with dirt.
Ross, Newman, and Bertie, you would notice out of the corner of your eyes during all this that like Athena is casting you'd probably Ross and Newman would recognize it. Bertie, you wouldn't quite recognize the spell, but Newman and Ross, you would recognize it as a legend lore spell.
Interesting.
I'm glad Ross recognizes it. I don't.
Yeah. Basically a spell used. From what you were told, like this was the kind of spell that was used to get the prophecy. And it's basically about getting information. Not always in the clearest way, but you don't exactly have a diviner here.
Yeah. Okay. I want it stated for everyone who can see, Ross's eyes are still red. Completely. But she does not answer Birdie's question. Instead, she looks at him and she's gonna kind of wiggle her little arms out of the group hug to just hug him personally and just kind of lean into his ear and be like, "You don't have to be a weapon anymore. I'm so happy for you."
Oh! Betty was already like teary. He just goes, You're right. I can go back to whatever normal is now.
You can do something really stupid now. You can,
Yeah.
I don't know, don't you have a horse? Buy him a whole, dressage outfit.
Yes. You're right. I got a treat you haven't seen in so long. This is incredible. Thank you, Rivari. You did a really good job. Everyone did a really good job. I can't believe it. Did you insult Zsorthrum Tefara?
I kinda did, yeah.
It kind of like I couldn't really tell because I was kind of freaking out with 6 seconds, but like it looked kind of freaked out. And like
that reminds me, and she blinks really hard, and when she opens her eyes, the yellow swirls back in and they go back to normal.
Oh. Was those your normal eyes?
Yeah. Been doing this so long I don't remember what they look like sometimes, but you know, helps to know where I'm looking.
We gotta talk about this at some point, girl. Thank you.
When you come visit, because now you can visit places and do things, and nothing's gonna hurt you anymore.
Yeah,
we're
done now. Thank you, Rivari, and thank you, Rook. You're giant. That was really cool. You got hit so much. You nearly got pulled out so much, and that didn't happen. You did an amazing job.
I'm so glad that I managed to keep it away from you all. I was really worried that it was going to go for you, but I managed to keep it in place.
Yeah.
And it didn't take me over or anything, so...
Yeah, no, you're really strong, and you really showed that. That was incredible. Thank you. I know we haven't seen eye to eye, but I really appreciate it. I'm sure everyone else does too.
Absolutely. I was able to move away and do other things as well, and that was all thanks to you.
Yeah, no,
Looking like a champ.
Also, Newman, like that ring you had, like that's... Did you get engaged or something? Like what was that? It put a lot of damage.
So this is this is a ring that Ross gave me actually. It's a friendship ring. It's actually probably one of the most powerful things in my possession right now, and I am in love with it. You're probably the only person I haven't shown it off to yet because I haven't seen you much apart from when we're together in a situation like this, and I really shouldn't be going around flashing it around at a serious time like that.
True, well, you flashed it real good at Zsorthrum Tefara, so like...
But yeah, I guess...
Tanab interjects, like a flash of lightning.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. It's true. Thank you, Tanab. I know we haven't talked much, but it was great that you turned up and that everyone turned up. Thanks for the potion, too. That helped a little bit, I think. It was good.
There is only one way that this day can get any better. And he turns to Ross. And he goes, Ross, I need you to do something for me, okay?
Okay.
I need you to... Now, this will be weird, but just go with it. Praise me. Say how amazing I am. Give me inner strength. I need encouragement right now.
Newman. You are a strong, independent tabaxi who doesn't need a man.
Okay, so Newman is going to take that. It's going to inspire him Is that right? Is
Possibly
that right? Someone would say.
Making me give you inspiration.
would you say that? I don't know.
I'll give you
There's two people who could
inspiration,
say
bud.
that.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
D12 plus 2.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. He's now going to cast Enhance Ability on himself. He's going to give himself Cat's Grace, which gives him advantage on dexterity checks. He is now going to do a sleight of hand check. 2 sleight of hand checks, actually. One against Anya and one against Rook. Now, currently, they have bracelets on their arms. He wishes to, mainly me as a player would love to beat Anya's perception. So he's going to attempt to do that. He will also be applying, what is it? He'll also be applying Flash of Genius to himself. To give him a +7. So, what do I roll?
As
Sleight
you
of
said,
hand?
sleight of hand. But what are you trying to achieve? Like,
I am slipping the bracelet off their hands, activating the mechanism to turn it into a ring, and I'm going to slip it on. Because it. Hang on. I need to recall something. Have they shown any affection to each other publicly in front of the party?
Like,
don't.
not.
Well, then this
No.
may fuck up. But Newman's like, nah, this is like I've been waiting to do this for weeks, but everyone has been hating each other, and it has not been the time until now. So he's gonna do it. So he's gonna roll 2 sleight of hands checks. He's going to roll 1, which. It's a natural 1. But that's okay, because he gets to add a D12 to it.
That could be.
Oh, and no, he gets advantage. Don't worry, because I gave myself advantage on dexterity checks. So that is a lot better. So that's a 12, which currently equals 22. He's now going to roll a D12 plus 2, courtesy of Ross, which is 2, 4. So he's currently at 26. He's going to add 7 to that, which I'm not sure if this will beat Anya's. Oh god. Let's see, what's that? 26 plus 7, that's 35?
I don't. 33. But it actually does.
It does. Also, she's really distracted right now.
Yeah,
just generally.
Absolutely. Alright, so now he's going to do it on Rook as well. Might as well just roll with it. So let's have a look-see here. So we have.
It's going to be significantly easier.
Yes.
So that one was a 7, which is 17. And then he's also going to use Flash of Genius on himself.
I mean,
so
the 17 already beats it.
Doesn't matter. So Newman has now slipped the bracelets onto your fingers, on the ring fingers, and has made them shrink again by rotating the piece with the gems facing upwards. As far as I'm aware, and correct me if I'm wrong, I gave Rook the green one, I believe, was it? Or was it the red one?
Red one.
Red one.
I did like the vibe.
Excellent. They've now been swapped. So now, Rook has the green one, and Anya has the red one.
Did Anya feel like the ring going on her?
That would actually, be a separate sleight of hand check.
Okay, let's go. Damn it, oh no, I have to do 2 of them? Okay,
Yeah.
Let's hope for a natural 20.
You just
That's
need
the
her
end.
to react, otherwise she's just gonna wake up one day and be like, oh,
21.
there's something on my
Flash
finger.
of Genius. So no, I don't think this will. That's a 28.
Yeah, no, this isn't sight-based, so she notices.
Yeah.
Does she
So-
feel like the tiny little fluff to be able to identify that it's Newman?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. She's like, Newman, did you just propose to me again? Now? Of all time.
Again?
Hang on. Long story.
I thought we've established that this No, for many layers of reason. Newman.
So Newman chants the words ring, 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 and he points at both the rings and tries to draw them together using the return function that he built into them, which we deemed wasn't like an instant teleportation, but was more of like an attraction, like a pull. He's going to attempt to pull their hands together. He's not going to say anything, by the way, apart from it's a long story to Ross. So he's going to attempt to pull Rook's and Anya's hands together.
Yeah, like it's
Anya lets her hand be pulled.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
she's used to Newman's shenanigans.
So, me and Birdie, like we said, gifted you. And this was explicitly the purpose that they were for. Now, I'm not good at knowing what's going on, but I've picked up on a few things, and I think this would be appropriate. Now, Anya, you can't see this at the moment, but you remember that bracelet I gave you?
Yes.
It's a ring now, and it's red. And Rook has a ring now, and it's green.
Okay. So, you're not proposing to me.
No.
You're proposing Rook and myself to each other on each other's behalves?
No, consider this a proposal of a proposal. I'm proposing
That is the same
proposal
thing.
of proposing to one another. It doesn't have to be now, but now you have the option and the tools to do so.
Anya, she pulls herself to her feet, and she reaches up, and she puts a hand on either side of Newman's face, like she has to reach up to do it as well. And she shakes him a little bit. She's like, "You are the most ridiculous friend I have ever had." And she jumps up and kisses him on the forehead.
So for all of those listening, this was pretty much at the bottom of the list of ideas of how the hell to do this, and I definitely wanted it to happen at a happy time before the session ended for possibly one of our final episodes. And yeah, this is as good as time as any, so here we go.
I want it stated for the record that Ross turns to Birdie and Caius and goes, "Is this how people normally propose to one another? I don't have a lot of... This seems counterintuitive."
I would assume in most situations Newman is not present, but like, I don't personally have experience in that. And he does put up with Caius.
Yeah, I was about to say, is this a Bucks shard thing or just a Newman thing?
Well, now I might be fucking up big time right now, which is why they have a handy feature to be able to turn back into friendship bracelets, if that's what all you guys are. But like I said, I've been picking up on a few things, and I am quite the sharp cookie. I like to say so myself anyways. So, if it's not okay, you can reuse them any other way you'd like as a bracelet. Otherwise, I think that this is actually a really good gift, and it sort of ties you two together, and I've made it so that they're really hard to lose as well. So if it just so happens to fall down somewhere where you can't reach it, you just have to chant ring, 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 and point at the ring, and it will come towards you, ever so slowly but surely.
Very kind, and I don't think you're incorrect in some of your assumptions there. And Rook will, like, lace her fingers together with Anya's and be like, but this is also a bit of an assumption. I mean, we ain't exactly gonna be getting married, like, right now, okay? We'll do things at our own pace.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wasn't telling you to get married. That would be stupid. No, I'm just giving you these rings and you can use them however you like. I'm sorry if there was some miscommunication there. I really didn't mean it that way at all.
Anya, she's blushing, like a lot.
Oh, Rook
like
is
a
as well.
lot.
I don't know if it's
Now
visible,
that
but-
Rook has acknowledged publicly that everything is going on. And she's like, I don't share a lot about myself.
Yes, you don't.
Thank you for picking up on this. I really like Rook, and one day we're going to explore how that goes. And I think that this gift is very kind and very thoughtful. And also hugely embarrassing. Hugely embarrassing. Just and the timing, wow. But for you, I could not have seen it going any other way.
Just
So
I've had big vibes of my mom trying to tease me for every little crush I had.
Yeah, I could have seen this going almost
Your
a
axe-
million different ways.
Your axe flares slightly at that mention, Rook.
Yeah, I bet she'd be interested in this. What's going on here?
So Newman is just about to have a reality check. He's gonna have a look around. What's happening around us?
So, Athena is actually just wrapping up with her spell and is about to approach the party. The Sylvius sisters are walking towards the group. Braxton is talking with Cigar. So Athena approaches you and says, "Well, it seems that Zsorthrum is gone. I consulted the universe, the multiverse, and there's nothing of them. If I'm understanding right, the Shadowfell is a quintessential part of any planar system. There can't be light without dark, and so, but it will form as its own thing as time goes on and the planes begin to heal. And there'll remain some additional weak points and tears in the barriers between the planes, but those two will mostly heal in the coming weeks, months, years.
I think the ancestors, so it's all over.
I think there are a lot of people who owe the six of you a great deal.
Anya, she steps forward a little bit and she's like, Athena, I like you. I think that you have been a very helpful person and a great communication with the convocation for our party. Kindly tell them to lose my number.
Noted.
That's why this has been such a mess, because they chose us and we let him out. What? It was by a stroke of luck that they were right and we could pull. No, that's not fair. We did this, but next time they pull something like this, it might not be us. The people standing with me were strong enough and powerful enough to pull this off. The friends we made along the way were kind enough to help us. Next time, someone unleashes something so dark into this world, hire someone else.
Noted.
Ross leans over to Newman and goes, I told you the Concorde was better.
Oh.
Yeah, I see that now.
Oh, I don't disapprove of that, but you were saying you will always wear a great deal. Now, I'm not. No, I'm just like, yeah. I get the feeling you guys already knew about me, which is why, yeah. But it's all cool now. We're fine. Zsorthrum Tafara is gone now, so I'm so glad to hear that.
Yes.
This was quite the monumental job, I must say. I wouldn't mind if it came with some pay. In a moment of like solidarity with Birdie, I nods still.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And Athena says, yes. I'm sure there are to be many groups that will give you just rewards in the coming days.
Including the convocation.
Oh,
Enough
of course.
to set us all up to never work a day in our lives again, obviously.
Oh, of course.
Good.
Music to my ears. A little bit good. It just doesn't quite feel real. And then Birdie will turn to like as an aside to Caius, I guess, and be like, "There we go. That was the one more. We're done now. You're free."
You're free. We're all free. This is... Well, I mean, I don't really know, and I point to the hole in the ground where Zsorthrum Tafara was. I don't really know much about that. But I know that it was giving you a whole lot of trouble. So I'm just happy we could all come together and sort it out. And you know, we've saved a lot of people.
I hope we have. Hopefully the city's okay. We'll have to go check out all over that.
And as Caius does say we saved a lot of people, he is going to just sort of have a bit of a look over at his sisters. He's just going to squeeze Birdie's hand and sort of wander over to them.
They close the gap, meet you halfway.
I'm glad you could come.
Grace breathes in sharply and exhales. Wouldn't miss it for the world. I mean, for one thing, how often do you get to see something that insane in the field of necromancy?
Well, yes, no, that would be right up your alley, I guess, wouldn't it? You're, you haven't taken part of it. Turn out your pockets.
She punches you, like, playfully in the shoulder. We thought you'd need the help.
Sorry, what was that last bit?
We thought you'd need the help.
Oh, it was very good of you to come. And now it's over, I guess. And I think I'm done now. I think I might come home.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
And I would like to hug my sisters, please.
They hug you back. And you hear slightly behind your head, like the two of them, like Grace say to Sybil, did you prepare sending? Because I didn't. Sybil says, okay, well, looks like Mum and the others are staying in Hallorum another day.
Incredible. I will also really quickly say after, like, Bertie will kind of like just sidle over there. Well, once they've like finished it, they'll be like, thanks for the sword. Thank you. I'll give it back to you now.
No, it's yours, Bertie. Keep it.
Gift for me?
Yeah. Yeah. Consider it a thanks for taking care of old Tin Bucket over here.
No problem. It's my pleasure. He's my friend. It's very important to me, so it's no problem.
It's very important to us too, though. We very much appreciate all you've done to help him.
Well, I'm glad. Well, Caius pretty much, you saw he did pretty much all of it on his own, so you know, he's a very capable chap. So, thank you. I guess I'll keep the sword. If that's okay with all of you and with you, Caius.
Does Caius recognize the sword?
Roll me a history check.
Oh, you want Caius to make an intelligence check?
Has he seen it in the household before?
Oh, 13!
13. You're not entirely sure what it is, but with a 13, you are close enough to the DC to realize, like, it's not a particularly common kind of blade, but it's not a unique one either. It's a kind of blade that tends to be used by high-ranking, highly powerful war mages and sword mages.
Cool. Caius will give a nod of approval and interest. Like a dad at a Christmas who's like given a joint present, hasn't seen it before.
That checks.
Yeah.
Very fair. Excellent. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Oh, also thanks for taking care of Brucey. I cannot wait to see him again. Is he okay?
He is doing wonderfully.
Awesome, thank you. Oh, and so sorry about the long letter. I kind of was thinking a lot about it lately, and that was a very long, awkward letter, so my apologies. But thank you very much for looking after my wonderful mule.
It was nothing, Bertie.
Cool, awesome, fantastic, great. Cool.
All right. Braxton speaks up from kind of in between all the little different subgroups. Well, if we want to have a bit of a meal and a drink to celebrate and relax, lunch is on me.
Thank you. Always gotta have a good drink after a mission.
Of course.
Oh, absolutely. I'll drink to that. Wow, fresh shout on Braxton. Isn't that great, everyone? Wow. That's definitely what I need.
Thank you, Braxton. And thank you for helping.
No problem. Although I don't think I did much beyond a few stray bolts and a pick-me-up.
I appreciated the pick-me-up.
You're welcome. Right. Into town? into town. And that's where we're gonna leave it for this week.
Oh my gosh.
Well done, everyone.
Good job, everyone. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Did we get an early mark because we did so well?
This
Thanks, Darby.
Yeah.
Thank you, Darby.
Thank you, Dub.
Really
Yes.
appreciate this.
Nah, that was awesome.
yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So, needless to say, everyone is level 17 now.
Hey!
We gotta have a conversation, you and
Yeah.
I, Darby.
Yeah.
But that's not for you listeners to.
No. No. And we'll have one more session. So 2 more episodes the next 2 weeks. Kind of just the aftermath of all this. And then we're gonna go into a bit of a time skip. See where the party are after a little bit of getting to enjoy retirement, or semi-retirement, or whatever they decide to do.
I'm
From the
excited.
very bottom of all of our hearts, thank you for listening.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
listening.
Appreciate
Love
it.
you all.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
The Cerbaloni sisters that are here are walking
Okay,
towards.
Darby, you're gonna have to
Conrad?
record that.
Pardon?
We're gonna have to cut. You said
Oh,
Cebaloni.
God damn it.
Oh,
Sylvia.
did you not realize you said that?
Is
No.
there something I need to know, Darby?
Yeah.
No. Ah.
Oh.
Conrad,
Ah.
the twunk. He's here.
Yeah.